Anti-geysering is disabled.
Stage 1 and Stage 2 tanks are pressed for flight.
High flow engine purge enabled.
T-minus 20 seconds and counting. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
For Electron's latest launch, the rocket has now reached speeds of more than 500 kilometers an hour as it approaches its first event, a milestone called Max Q. And this is when the rocket experiences the maximum amount of aerodynamic pressure, also known as the point in the flight when the structural load against Electron is at its peak. It's the guidance, navigation and control operator in mission control who will call out Electron's approach to Max Q and when it has cleared it.
Cleared Max Q.
There we have it. Confirmation Electron has passed through Max Q. We are now past 1900 kilometers in altitude, traveling per kilometer per hour and past 18 kilometers in altitude. Now, next up are the three key events coming up next. The main engine cutoff called MECO, stage separation, and then stage 2 engine ignition. MECO is when all 9 Rutherford engines shut down simultaneously to prepare for the next phase in flight. And then after those engines shut down, Electron's first and second stages will separate. Now, stage 1 will return back to Earth, while stage 2 heads in the opposite direction to continue onto orbit. Then finally, the vacuum-optimized Rutherford engine on Electron's second stage will ignite to carry on with the mission. And those 3 events all take place in quick succession over just a few seconds. So let's listen in for those calls now.
"15 seconds till staging."
Entered burnout detect mode.
MECO confirmed.
Stage separation confirmed.
Stage 2 ignition confirmed.
As you've just heard, Electron has just had a successful MECO, stage separation and second stage ignition confirmed. Telemetry data shows that Electron is moving now at more than 7,800 kilometers an hour, now almost past the 100 kilometer altitude above Earth. It is T plus 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the mission, and coming up next is fairing jettison. And that is when Electron's nose cone will split down the middle and fall away from the rocket in preparation for payload deployment later in the journey.
Stage 2 propulsion is nominal.
Fairing jettison confirmed.
We heard it there from Mission Control. That fairing has now separated and jettisoned. And we are 4 minutes, 22 seconds into the mission and well on our way to orbit. We have another couple of minutes to go with this second stage engine burn. That's the nozzle you can see on your screen that is attached to the single Rutherford engine that is powering that second stage. Now this engine here has a total of 5,800 pounds of force in the vacuum conditions of space, with a specific impulse of 343 seconds, which is the measure of how efficiently the engine is generating thrust, that force that moves the second stage through space. Now, like the 9 Rutherford engines used on the first stage, this second stage Rutherford engine also uses batteries to power its propellant pumps. And shortly we'll be approaching a launch milestone related to the batteries that is called the battery hot swap. And that's coming up shortly at around T plus 6.5 minutes.
Guidance is nominal, 200 seconds remaining.
Using batteries to power the Rutherfords is one of the key pieces of its design that sets it apart from other rocket engines. Our world's first 3D printed electric pump-fed engine uses battery packs to drive the electric motor for the fuel and oxidizer pumps. And since the amount of time that the second stage engine needs to burn is longer than the capacity of its first battery packs, the engine will switch to a second set of batteries to keep that engine running to full duration. And this is called the battery hot swap. We should see it take place on our screen when we see the first set of batteries eject and fall away from the rocket, indicating a smooth transfer of battery power for that engine. So let's watch out for that now.
Throttling down.
Battery jettison confirmed.
Hot swap successful.
There we go. That is battery hot swap confirmed visually and from what we just heard from Mission Control just now. The mission is continuing nominally along its trajectory, now past 211 kilometers in altitude and getting close to its required orbital speed of around 27,000 kilometers an hour.
AFTS has saved.
The team in Mission Control are closely monitoring this Stage 2 burn as we get closer to SECO, or second engine cutoff, now under a minute to go until that next milestone. Electron is otherwise continuing nominally and the payload on board remains healthy, and we are now at more than 217 kilometers above Earth, cruising along at more than 19,000 kilometers an hour. It is now T plus 8 minutes, 2 seconds into the mission. The second stage engine continues to burn, but very soon we will be coming up to that second engine cutoff. So that Rutherford engine will be throttled down just before cutoff to help maintain a steady state for the kick stage and its payload during the separation event. A clean stop of the engine will show the nozzle changing from red, hot to cold on your screen, and we can expect to hear a call out that SECO is confirmed from Mission Control at the same time. So let's listen in.
Guidance is in terminal, 20 seconds remaining.
SECO confirmed.
Stage 3 separation confirmed.